What was the goal of the first John Wick? What was going to set this apart from the many action movies we'd seen before?
Make a good one.
Okay, he's been shot, stabbed, thrown through glass, thrown through a lot of glass, branded, like...
Hit by a couple of cars.
Hit by a few cars. So what's wrong with you, I guess is the first
No,
question.
man, it's all great, man. We gotta, you gotta suffer. John Wick. I mean, this gentleman wants, John Wick to get so that he can, keep fighting. He's fighting for his life. He's fighting to remember his true love, He's getting beat up and everything. You need to be so that you can fight back.
Halle, I mean, you've done your fair share of action films. What separates...
Well, but not like this.
That's what I was going to say. So what's the difference in being on a set like this versus other stuff you've done?
Whoa, there's so many things. First of all, this is all, at least what our bodies are doing is all real. And I've worked on movies which I've loved very much, but I did half the work and the computer did the other half of the work for me.
Right.
And in this movie, I had to do all the work. And so that right there made it light years different than anything I've ever done. And the training that went into this was like nothing I've ever experienced before. And I knew what I was in store for because I'd seen Keanu in both 1 and 2. I'd seen behind the scenes, clips of him, and I saw his training and I heard about it. So I knew what I was signing up for, and that's largely why I wanted to do it.
I hear there were some injuries, though, this time.
There were, and I wear them as a badge of honor.
As you should. So what happened? What went down?
We don't exactly know, but somewhere along the way in my training, I just got to a point one day I was training with Chad. Sorry, I'm gonna put this on you. And all of a sudden couldn't breathe anymore. I fell to the ground and I said, Chad, I never wanted to stop with him. I would always say, so I can go again, I can keep going, I can keep going. But this day I just couldn't keep going anymore. And I just hit the ground and I couldn't breathe. I went to the doctor and I had 3 broken ribs. I thought I was gonna get recast in that very moment. And I thought, fuck.
No.
God. I did all this work so far, and now someone else is going to be with Keanu and John. What? And of course, Chad said no. We're gonna wait.
Gave her 2 aspirin, told her to walk it off.
Is there any kind of stunt or scene in these 3 films that you were legitimately worried about going in that felt like this goes south?
I mean, we got to work with such amazing stunt people, and everyone is so conscientious of not, punching someone in the face. I mean, we had a horse sequence that was a little interesting.
Horses are always tricky.
No, I mean, I love the horse riding. There's a sequence where I'm riding on the street, and they wanted me to get off the saddle and then shoot somebody underneath. I guess it's horse food. Horse food. And so...
Favorite new term, thank you.
Yeah, so they wanted me, I trained to do it, and I got okay at it, but I fell a couple of times, and so they wanted to create a safety system, so that if I fell, someone was on a wire, and then there was a couple of times where, there was one time when we went, we were at the end of the run. As we were coming down, I was coming up, the horse got kind of spooked and went that way. So I was still, luckily I wasn't in my stirrups, but I was hooked, and then the horse went, and then I was going to the ground. And then they did the pulley system and pulled me up, which was, so it worked.
Is there like a safe word? Is there is it just help?
Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also kind of fun.
Again, you've got problems, man. I appreciate your problems.
I mean, it's such a group effort. Again, the collaboration, right? When you get in that and the timing and everybody looking out for each other, and you're getting to do crazy, wild stuff, and we'll never get to do that anywhere else in our lives.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is your first collaboration, Keanu and Halle. Correct me if I'm wrong. First time you've worked together. But according to internet lore, there was another one that it might have happened.
Yes.
Speed.
Yes, my stupidity didn't allow.
No, stop.
Look, it all went out for everybody.
Well, I didn't know that until recently. I guess I heard you speaking about it, and you were saying that in the version you read, the bus didn't leave the parking lot.
Didn't leave the parking lot.
It was
so who would want to do that? I'm like, that's not fun.
Is that called speed, or is that called parking? Right? We can't leave this parking lot. If we leave this parking lot on the bus, it blows up. I mean, of course, I don't blame you for going. Next.
See, Keanu was not attached. He was not attached, and we didn't leave the parking lot. So that did not sound like a fun thing to do to me at the time.
I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time. And so far, You haven't disappointed.
Without ruining anything at the end, there's potential there. You're ready to get back on the horse metaphorically or literally again, and is there a specific idea of what you want to do in a continuation of John Wick?
Everyone, we get a little bit more comfortable with the universe and the world, and I think Keanu has ideas for days. I think I do too. We'll see how the audience receives it, but you know, having just expanded the world a little bit greater and obviously expanded our cast, we've left a lot of threads unfinished, which I think would be interesting to see where they ended up.
What do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
There's a Matrix reference in the film, the call for more guns. Chad, you said that, yeah, exactly. I'm sensing that there was a little bit of reluctance on Keanu's part.
You know what he did? He said, just do it once, I'll never use it.
Yeah, that's what they always do.
He actually did that. He said, just say it once and I'll never use it.
I just didn't know it was going to be so cool.
So Chad apparently
stole it.
Absolutely.
Homage.
Steal from the
It
best.
was homage. It's very
It was an
meta.
homage. Being the 20th year anniversary of the Matrix, and that's where Keanu and I met, it just felt right to kind of do. And we owe a lot to the Wachowskis.
So you feel okay about it now? My sense is no. Like if you had one edit on this film, maybe that's the edit you want to put in?
I get it.